Hey guys, it is November 21st, 2018. Um, I'm starting to feel a lot better. I thought I'd just throw that out there. I'm starting to find myself a little more. Thank God. I'm getting out of the funk that I have been in for a really long time. Well, it's not been a long time, probably since like July 30th when my life was completely almost destroyed. That was awesome. Just let me tell you that. It was pretty shitty, honestly. Um, but I welcome a few of you guys so far. Sean, hey Kevin, how are you? Happy Thanksgiving. I remember this, I think that was the time I first met you was when I was out in Arizona and you were at my dad's house for Thanksgiving, I believe, if I think so. I think I remember that. Um, Deb, Jimmy, what'd I do? Did I switch it? I sure did, didn't I? My bad, guys. Steve, Wayne, Lucy, hey, guys. Deb, Sean, Shayna. So, yeah, I hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving. I will say that I'm not looking forward to it. It's really hard to enjoy holidays when you don't have your kids. It's very hard to enjoy holidays when, your family don't get along as much as they used to. Um, Anyways, so I kind of wanted to talk about how to help somebody, especially if they're dealing with coming out of addiction or trying to. I know a lot of people get tired of me talking about that, but that's what has made me me. That's what has helped me get to where I've been. And I seem to help a lot of people that way. So I guess I'll just continue to keep talking about it because that helps me. So sorry if you guys get tired of me talking about addiction and whatnot. And sorry if I drive you crazy with this. It's like my new nervous thing, so I'm not messing with my hair the whole time. I know the feeling. Wish I had my babies for the holidays. Yeah, yeah. It's very difficult. It makes you not even want to, I mean, me and my mom are both in this funk, like we don't want to go anywhere, we don't want to be around people, and it sucks. Anyways, so I figured I'd talk a little bit about how to help people, um, because I wrote quite a few things while I was in jail, just a lot of things that I have thought about and, you know, that people talked about and just how it's taken years to get my family back. It does too. It sucks. Like all the destruction and the lies and the stealing and just everything, like it's crazy, but it's true. Like you destroy everything that's ever happened, all anything bad that you've ever done that your family has ever talked about and gossiped, that's just in everybody's life. We are not what we should be. Hi, Judy McKnight. How are you? But we are getting there, true. Much love to you, my dear friend. Hey, keep going, never give up. You got this, girl. Thank you. um, it is though. I mean, everybody's family gossips. Every person. I don't care who you are. We're just gossip. It's human nature, and for anything that we've done bad or not right in somebody else's eyes, they all think differently of you. So especially when you have stolen or taken something that was very um, memorial or whatever, if it was somebody else's belongings that belonged to their mother or father that has died, the whole family like shuns them. And, if we were in our normal state of mind, that wouldn't have happened. They also don't understand how shitty of a life it is to want to wake up every day and not want to live and to have to just fight to find money to make you want to feel normal just to get through a day. You know, I mean, it's freaking, it's it's very overwhelming, very miserable, and very, as I put my own life, it was pathetic. It was very pathetic, and I know I chose to take those pills that ended up making me go down the worst road that I could ever have thought about going down. As long as you can forgive yourself, no need for others' forgiveness. Thank you. Yeah. Always here if you need to talk to someone. Thanks, Sheena. Sean, no Thanksgiving for you. That sucks. I don't know. It's just it's a very shitty life to live. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the new movie that's coming out with Julia Roberts and her son, and it looks like Ben something, I don't know. It looks like a very good movie, and it's about time, that they've started making movies about the lives of it, and finally I've been seeing commercials, and that's awesome on its own. Active addiction is probably one of the deepest states of suffering. Self-compassion is very important. It is. It's the most, it's like you're the most deadest person in the world. And people don't understand that. You are completely dead. It's like you're in there, but you're not. You're like what my doctor used to call it. He used to call it the dead man, and now that we're alive, we're like the new man and the new person that are becoming. And when we were the dead man, we're just like this little piece that are inside of you that something has taken over. And it's like I called it, you're on autopilot. That's it. You have no feelings. You're just the shell of who you seem to be. And you're fighting every day just to try to be normal. Like it's nothing great to brag about, and the commercial that I like the most is the denial commercial. A lot of parents, that three-letter word, not my kid, that's a big deal because a lot of parents wouldn't expect that. My mom and dad never seen that we would become heroin addicts. I mean, shit, I was a cheerleader from the time I was 2. Like, I was always in sports and softball, and like you don't see it coming. And it took them a while to find out what those 2 men did to me. I hid that a lot. Yeah. So how to help, all right? There's a reason why you watch my videos, follow me on here, whether it be hopefully to help you, help yourself, help a loved one. Maybe it's neither, though. Maybe you just are on here to watch me trip and mess up at times, which is great. Thanks. Thanks for that. Any support is good support, I guess. Maybe not. I mean, who knows? Who cares? But thank you for that. But in all reality, when it comes down to it, this shit's life or death anymore, and that's the only reason why I want to keep doing what I'm doing. It's important, whether people get it, why I do this or why I don't. It's really, I don't care anymore. I saved a lot of people just by what I say and what I do, and it's possible to change somebody by doing that. Like I always said, I'm proof because my mom saved me, just because of what she did, making me plan my funeral and making me realize that I don't want my kids to bury me and think that it was something they did. You're dead inside. Your soul's locked in a cage begging to be free. I've pulled over crying before asking myself why, and the police stop, and then that little voice takes hold and says the dope man's waiting. It's crazy because there's a split between your psyche. Life or death it is. Lead by example. It really is. It's like, you would never understand it if you didn't live it. And a lot of people these days are living it. They are seeing it. And it just feels good to to be part of somebody that might want to be different and change and wake up and actually live. Anyway, so yeah, it's life or death anymore, you know. Watch away, I'm human. This isn't a show. It's motivation to keep trying no matter who's with you or against you. In the end of the day, you're always the one left with you. Help yourself or don't. If you think about it, after all the bullshit, lies, and manipulation, etc., we do on everyone, through all of that, we'll be lucky to have that one person that's still willing to help us. So, if by chance you are that really caring individual, okay, that hasn't gave up on that one person that's still fighting this fight, that perhaps you've got a little bit of belief that this person can change, any person can change, and if it wasn't for somebody else that looked around for a treatment center for me, or that got me insurance so I could go to a treatment facility, anybody that is stuck in addiction is not going to, it's hard enough to try to want to live on a day-to-day basis. It's hard enough to get in a freaking shower. It's hard enough to do any of that. So for us, when we're sick, to try to go find a recovery place to get in, or to sign up for some insurance to get into a place, or to look for any kind of help whatsoever, we're not capable of doing that. I know a lot of people say you gotta want it, and you gotta do this, and you gotta do this and that. It's not necessarily about that. If you have that one person that hasn't gave up on you yet, they have to know how to help you. No, they don't need to enable you and buy you this and buy you that. That's not the help I'm talking about. I'm talking about the help that they can sign you up for insurance, put that application in, look for rehab places, look for counseling places. You know, don't wait until you get in the jail system before you have to be court ordered to go to Maryhaven or RPR, or, you know, don't wait for that. If you really want to give it a shot and do whatever you think that you can do, or push yourself, then those are the steps. You got to think about you. And if you do have that one person that you can talk to, that you can get them to just understand and help you get to that point, you need insurance. Usually that's the last thing I would have to care about. I thought about while I let a lot go, including like my dentist appointments, eye appointments, OB, OB appointments, etc. Always wanted to, until like that absolute must, absolute, like, I let it all go. So, but this is the key to anyone that needs help, period. You might have to help them apply for it or do it for them, but this can get the ball rolling. Research. All right. Research is an important thing. It's hard enough for us to ask for help or to make that one call. There's like, they say in like meetings and stuff, there's like the 10,000-pound phone, and and that's so true. It's so, when you're stuck in this life for so long, and you actually want to finally like reach out and say you want help, that phone is so heavy. And so it's hard for us to ask for help, but this is also important. Outpatient, inpatient, there's a huge difference in places. Is depending on what you're looking for and how addicted this person is, and how much of their life they've actually really ruined is a very, very huge, very important, huge step for that part. If they, for a while, inpatient, most definitely, if they have a huge addiction and it's been years, they need the detox, but it needs to be an inpatient detox program. The program that I went to was absolutely great. It was perfect. I detoxed, and while I was detoxing, they had behavioral health, okay, which every institute, every inpatient place should have. You know, they did my behavioral health and my mental assessments, and they got me on medication that actually level-headed me, like gave me a level head so I could actually think about getting away from it, actually giving, you know, really trying and using my head, and learning the difference between wanting it or doing it for somebody else. Because doing it for somebody else will never push you to how hard you really can fight, if that makes sense. Without without a detox, or trying to do it cold turkey, a lot of people can do it and a lot of people can't. And just alone, like, that scared the shit out of me. I didn't want to go to a rehab that didn't do detox, and I didn't want to go to one that that I had to lay sick. Like, I was scared to death. But I wanted a place because I had been on the Suboxone program. I did it for 4 years, 3 a day, you know, for 4 years. That shit, that's that's not helping me. It was helping maybe keep me alive for a little longer. That's what it did. It kept me alive for a little longer, but it didn't free me from nothing. I had to go to group once a week to get my Suboxone. I had, you know, it was just, I didn't feel like I was freed from anything, not to mention that a lot of my income was coming from it. So I wasn't getting out of that life. I was just staying in it a little longer. So to be able to have a level head while I was in treatment, and they don't keep you on Suboxone for a long time. 2 weeks at the most. But they wean you down on every milligram. Every milligram. I didn't go from, usually they do like the 2 milligram to nothing. That's not how this was. And if you've noticed or ever got off subs, you realize how big of a fall it seems to be. Like, I went from 2 milligram to like 1.5 to one. Like, it was seriously like, and I even went from half to half to half, like to a tiny little piece. But it wasn't like a fall. Like, it used to feel like a Angela Adams. Hi, boo. That's my girl. That's my BFF right there. Love your whole face, girl. And I'm selling Younique now. You should help me. You should do it with me. Look at that cool box. Oh, and look at this great purse. Beautiful. I love it. Anyways, so way off the subject. But so I weaned off, and I did every bit, like just little pieces of the Suboxone, and I wait right after that. By the time I was being able to get off the Suboxone, my head was almost level. Like, I had already, it was what, almost 2.5 weeks or 3, you know, that I was taking those mental, you know, Wellbutrin, Lamictal, and Prozac. You know, it was a great, um, you know, if all three, it was awesome. I can't think of the word. You guys know what I'm thinking, but it was a good combination. That's what it was. And, it worked. And so by the time that I, you know, had a level head, I was able to think about, and you know, we did time management, we did relapse prevention, we did all this stuff, like getting us ready. You know, we really focused on, you know, the past and how we got to this place. And it just was a very, very great rehab center, and it helped me find my faith, and it helped me with a lot of things. And you know, that it says a lot to be able to learn that and to be able to want to learn that, you know. It helps. Hi, Matt. All right, the psychology part of it. Anyone, I don't care who the hell you are, that's been in addiction. Sorry, I'm like getting really hot. Whew. Anybody coming out of that shit, they're gonna be messed up mentally. And especially from all the chemicals and all the shit that we put in our heads and our bodies, you know, it's going to take a big toll on our heads, especially when we get off of it. Our heads, the way we think, our thought patterns, I mean, all of it. It's going to be a shit show. And to be able to get our depression, our bipolar, my PTSD, like all of it, all of it will affect the way that you're getting off things, and whether how long you're going to stay off of it, or just you got to really find out what works for you and what helps, whether it takes 1 time to 8 times to 15 times. Everybody's different, and there's not no certain way for anybody. That if you can get it their first time, then heck yeah, man, more power to you. That's freaking awesome. But just know, don't give up on somebody that has 8 or 15 times in treatment, because it, it's a lot to find what works for you. And each time that they go, you gotta know they take something from that treatment center, whether it be 2, 5, 8 times, they take something out of there when they get out. So if they do have a lot of times in there, then they're going to have quite a few tools to be able to use through each time that they come out of there. So it's not necessarily a bad thing if they've been through treatment quite a few times, but it helps keep you together, especially when you get your brain like actually level, and really just to be able to think about it, because it will help you through your process, and it will help you, if you're not in counseling, or you're not necessarily have to be court ordered to do this stuff to make it right, to get your life together. Don't wait till it's court ordered to do all this stuff, because you'll be amazed if you can make yourself go there before all that happens, how much you just grow. But I hope this helps at least one of you guys. Somewhat, at least better start than trying to guess on how to help people. Please share this, and I hope that you all will keep following me. That was a thing that I did while I was in jail. I did quite a few things that I would hope would help somebody. And it's only through God that we discover our identity, our meaning, our purpose, our significance, and our destiny. Every other path leads to a dead end. Why not believe what God's word says? What do you have to lose? He generates life, creates faith, produces change, frightens the devil, causes miracles, heals hurts, builds character, and transforms circumstances. A purpose to live for people to live with, principles to live by. A profession to live out, and the power to live on. All of these are the 5 deepest needs. Character building is a slow process. Whenever we try to avoid or escape the difficulties in life, we short-circuit the process, delay our growth, and actually end up with worse kind of pain than we had at the beginning. That's when the worthless type that accompanies denial and avoidance. Temptation begins by getting our attention, and then it gets to your emotions. Then your emotions activate your behavior and how you feel at that moment. Other people will find hearing in your wounds. Your greatest life messages and your most effective reactions will come out of your deepest hurts. The things you're most embarrassed about, most ashamed of, are the very tools that God uses to help us be the character and the person that we were meant to be. Bam! That was good shit, huh? Alright, well, I have to do a live for my unique stuff. Woo! But yeah, I'm gonna get off here. I gotta go do that. So hopefully, some of you ladies will follow me to that live and help me out. Maybe you men that have old ladies, girlfriends, wives will, help me out and buy some of this makeup, that would be awesome. It's pretty awesome makeup. It lasts forever. And yeah, we actually have a Black Friday sale right now. So it's pretty cool. But all right, God bless you all. I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving and hang in there. I'll be right there with you, dreading the day, but I am very thankful for being alive still. So we all got something to be thankful about, that we're still here. So God bless you all.